I'm done sharing. Welcome everybody to the post-credit show.
Welcome. Welcome, gentlemen. Still, again.
Greetings.
Back. Good
and
day.
Salutations.
Good day, good evening, good night.
Yes.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
That is February 10th. February 10th, 2018. Of the Barrel Roll post-credit show where we talk about movies we've watched, games
we've played,
and things we've done.
All sorts of stuff.
Yes, events.
Yes.
Things.
Events.
Welcome, my name's Tony.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
The Olympics are on.
Oh, yeah.
It started, yeah.
They started before.
My classroom's country is winning a lot of medals right now.
Wait, you guys... Okay, so how does it work in a school? Like,
Depends
it depends on the school, because what we have set up is every classroom is a different country.
Oh, I like that.
And you have a little thing where the kids have to keep track of how many
medals you've got going?
Under gold, silver,
oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Our grade 1 class, their entire bulletin board, they've done up like this, so they all had to draw, like, color in the flags. They didn't draw them, obviously. The teacher printed them off, and they colored them in. Then they all got to make trading cards, like giant trading cards. But then next to the flags is the 3 slots for the medals, so they have to. That's their job now, is keeping us updated.
That's cute.
Our teacher is making sure everyone's doing it.
Yep.
And every classroom is a different one.
I love it.
So someone had to record or research how many medals people are going to get. So that was my job for a week.
You like that kind of stuff, though. Like, it's
I'm an organizational person. I'm like, yeah.
Also, it's done.
And sports, like, on top of it, like.
It's easy to find that information.
I'd love
if
so
Chris
much,
could be a statistician for, like, sports stuff, I think he'd be in heaven.
Yeah. I downloaded the Olympic app, which I never thought I would ever do. Nope.
The actual official one?
Official Olympic app.
And that's probably up to the minute stats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one's gorgeous.
It tells me the results of every country. It tells me all the medals.
The CBC one's nice.
It tells you what's coming up, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The CBC one's nice.
There's no way to watch it on that
That's
app,
just
though.
Canada.
CBC you can.
Yeah, okay.
So the CBC app you can, and thankfully the CBC is very open about the Olympics. The people in the States are having a really hard time watching anything because NBC is putting, like, nothing on. But nothing. Like, you can't... CBC, you can go to the website because everything's happening in South Korea.
Yeah. 12 hours is a huge difference.
That time zone thing kind of kills. But for us, you can watch the replay of everything.
Yeah.
And CBC makes it stupidly easy. They're like, here's what's going on today. What do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Because we've got it all.
Yeah.
So you just click and watch. So I started watching the other day the mixed pairs curling.
I am not so much into it because of the NHL guys not being there. To keep in our school, we kept it fair because everybody wanted to be Canada, so we just gave it to the office.
I was gonna say
the office is Canada.
The office is Canada.
Screw you guys. We're Canada.
And it actually worked out that one of the kindergarten's room is the States, which that teacher that's there would not do any Trump-ish comments, and those are too young to even do any of those type of comments.
So that's perfect.
It works.
Yeah.
For them, it's just another blip on the radar.
But yeah, like we had it on the other day because I was in charge of technology at our thing yesterday. So someone's like, "Can we just put the Olympics on while we're just working?" So it's on, and I'm like, the only thing streaming is curling. You guys good with like pairs curling? They're like, what? Watching two it's a new event. Watching two people curl. So usually there's 4 people per team.
Yeah.
You have your skip.
Yep.
And then you have your, because you were. You have your skip, who's in charge of where you're throwing your rocks. He's in charge of telling, or she is in charge of going
the person on the ground, right?
No, they're the person at the end.
Shot.
So in the rings,
they're putting the broom down, saying this is where I want you to put the thing.
And they're watching the rock come down, and they can see if it's curling too much, not enough. Like they're the one calling exactly what's going on with the game. Yeah. With 2 people, you can't have that, which is a very interesting thing. So the 2 of them have to line up the shot together.
And so one person's on one end, the other person's on the other?
I thought it was like a 2 women, 2 guys.
No, this is paired curling. There's only 1 guy and 1 girl. 1 sweep and 1 person throwing.
So they're blind shooting.
And no one at the end.
So they're almost like blind shooting.
It is the most messed up game of curling ever. There's rocks everywhere. It is. It's almost...
I don't know if I could watch that. Apparently we're doing very well at it. But
we are.
Surprise.
From what I've heard.
But that's my thing. I'm like...
You might as well practice with the blind.
Because they're walking out in the teams, and it's like, there's only 2 people, and I'm like, are they doing like the skip in the third together, and then the first and the, I don't know. And then all of a sudden they start curling, and I'm like, Nick's confused. Why are there only 2 people on the ice?
Because it's a normal team. You said it's 4, right?
4. So you have each person throws 2 rocks.
Yeah.
This one, each person throws 4 or 3. I'm not sure if they play the full eight rocks. Either way, like, it's messed up, and they do. Like, they're throwing the rock, and the two of them plan, like, okay, aim for here, do this, and the person throwing legitimately has to
line it up.
But they can do that. These guys have been...
They can do it, but to me, it's like, there's a reason they're still, like...
But couldn't one person go down and mark it, and then as soon as the rock is thrown, they go out, that person that's marking, they're waiting. Goes out and sweeps.
They're waiting to sweep, and they're the only one sweeping. The other person obviously can't come and help. So there's one dude sweeping his, like, you know...
His butt off?
Or
Whatever.
female,
We're
like...
winning.
It's just a very interesting sport to watch, coming from, like, you know...
The traditional...
Full size curling.
Well, and I've curled.
Yeah.
I don't know if what I did was curling, but...
I bowl.
Almost the same thing, but on ice.
Bowling is, like, not ice curling.
Well, so, like, for me, I'm sitting there going, like, I've curled. I understand the game. I've watched curling. You know, my dad's a curling fanatic. So it's like, I know curling. So to watch 2 people instead of 4 is just, like... I'm sitting there going, this is not right.
Olympics,
because they needed another sport. It's interesting, and it goes pretty quick, because it's just 2 people whipping rocks. So either way, interesting sport. I don't know about anything else going on. I'm not interested in the hockey.
Oh, pay attention.
The women's hockey I'm more interested in.
This is kind of good.
Yeah,
the
medal
school thing is good.
thing.
I'm going to be watching different countries, not just Canada.
Yep.
And see how their medals.
Yep.
How their medals are going. We got 4 for our country. So.
Is Canada on the board with 4?
I don't know.
No,
we're not
it's
Canada.
his classroom.
My classroom. We're the Netherlands.
Ooh, good choice.
Oh no, it's a random draw.
I know, but still, it's a good. You got a good. Netherlands is good for the Winter Olympics. That's nice. You want those cold countries? Jamaica.
No,
Mexico.
I picked the highest ranking ones that were predicted.
Yeah, I have a person in my class that's from Jamaica, and I'm like, please tell me you've seen the bobsled run. She's like, yeah, the cool running stuff. Well,
The one time.
like, she's been there.
Yeah.
To their, like, ramshackled track, and I'm like, that's so awesome.
Wheels.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, the NHL thing kind of threw me off with, because hockey's one that I always watch.
Yeah,
so
well,
now
it's would watch.
And my other problem is obviously the time difference. So it's not like it's just going to be on TV for me to be.
It's a 8-hour difference.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Yes, because the opening ceremonies. Brian and I were playing WoW the other night, and it popped up on my phone going like the opening ceremonies. I think it was 10 o'clock, and it's like the opening ceremony starts in 6 hours, and I'm like.
Cool. That's cute.
Nice.
I'm not staying up until 4 to watch it.
Yeah, or going to bed and waking up at 4 just to watch the opening ceremonies. But they used a crap ton of drones, 1,900.
Yeah, I heard
lots of fireworks.
Yeah,
lots of fireworks.
And it was all about peace and harmony and all that kind of stuff.
That's because they have to promote that, or considering where they are.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's also North Koreans who are playing with this. So like the Koreas have joined forces.
Have they? They're not called South Korea.
For the Olympics, I think it's still the South Korean team, but they have North Korean people.
I thought I saw a Democratic.
They might have
Pearson of Korea.
Then that's what it is. So
I might have to make a redo a
check. I don't know.
Fact check which country.
If you're calling it South Korea, you're good because
we had to have a host country.
Yeah, but the North Koreans technically joined the South Koreans, but the North Koreans are letting people actually participate.
That's the big thing.
Together with other Korean people.
Which is they want spies.
Spies.
That's clearly it. That's how you get spies.
Totally.
No, that's how you get people out of the country.
Oh no, someone already said that. They're like, once they're out, and it's like their families are being threatened. It's totally cool. They're coming back, and it's like, oh, okay.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. You send that one guy whose parents are already dead. He has no loved ones at all, like no dog, no cat, nothing. It's just
I have nothing to live for.
He's like, I wish to be an athlete, and they're like, yeah, okay.
I might have
to
redo it.
His background checks out.
Seems legit. Gets out, and he's like,
done.
Well, see, there's DPR Korea.
Yep.
And then there's just Korea.
Oh, interesting.
I may have to redo a poster.
Oh well. You've got this.
But other than Olympic stuff.
Olympics.
I haven't seen much of it, so
I don't. Like I said.
And
there's a Republican.
I'm going.
How many Korean teams are there?
600. That's how they're gonna win.
There's Korea. There's Republic of Korea, and then there's the Democratic Party Republic or some DPR Korea.
You need to change your posters.
No, because the one I have is Republic of Korea, and they've already won a medal, so it's all good. We're gonna go with that one. That's a flag.
Surprise! One of them disappeared.
I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm on my 12th watch through.
It's like a weekly thing.
It really is. I go to bed and I'm like, just turn on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's cool. I've been playing more Doom on my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that's been delightful.
They're issuing a massive patch for it pretty soon.
They are, because there's audio issues, which I have not noticed because I've been playing in bed where I've had the sound turned off because I don't want to wake anybody else up.
But for the general populace, though.
For the general populace, apparently it's going to be an excellent patch. So I'm kudos. But the fact that they're patching the game is good.
That doesn't surprise me.
They're on the ball with that because apparently these complaints really started and then they're fixing them at a fairly good pace. Yeah. So that's good to see. Been playing that. Brian and I have been playing World of Warcraft in an attempt to unlock Tauren Moose. The Moose Tauren.
Yes. Yeah, I see you guys on there every once in a while.
Well, because now it's a reputation grind. We have to do quests for a specific
grind.
We have to do a.
You guys are having all the fun.
Well, technically, we have to get up to, so it almost doubles every time. So it starts at 3,000 to get to friendly with this group of people, then 6,000 to get up to honored, and then 12,000 to get up to revered, and then 21,000 to get up to exalted. So it's not exactly double on that last one.
It'll feel like double.
It feels like double. We're at that point where we do the quests, and Brian's like, "What do you want to keep doing?" And I'm like, "Not this," and I'm like, "Because otherwise, we're done."
I'm gonna blow my head off.
Well, no, we're gonna get really tired of trying to do this stuff, and we're gonna give up.
I wonder how many people have actually done it though.
Quite a few.
Well, if you stay with the game, I'm sure it wouldn't be
if we had
too tough.
Played from Legion and continued playing, this
you guys are just playing catch up right now.
This would be done already.
Yeah.
But for
I'm
us,
not sure who followed. I can't tell.
Oh yeah, the background's still not there.
It's in front of them. Yeah, if you guys had been playing a little more regulars when Legion came out, probably.
Yes.
Yes, if we would have kept playing, we would have been good. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but we just
other games.
We just stopped playing.
Got distracted with life.
Yeah.
Or life and other games and that kind of stuff. So we could have been there, but we are not.
But you guys still.
Brian is now following us.
Oh, hi Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hello.
You should be here.
He's got stuff.
It's life.
The life thing.
Just leave them your key.
So either way, we've been doing the High Mountain Torn dailies, which you do for rep.
Yep.
And if we run one specific dungeon, we get rep. So essentially, we log in, we team up, we queue for the dungeon. Stupid adulting.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we queue for the dungeon. We start doing the world quests, and there's only so many. It's not like you do one and another one appears. Once you've done them all, you're out of world quests. So then you can either... By then, we've probably run the dungeon once, finish the dungeon, requeue to do it again, finish the world quests, do the dungeon a second time.
How long would your sessions be? It sounds like...
It sounds exhausting.
They're about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then, the other night, I was looking through... Because we boosted characters up to 110. When you buy the expansion, you get the level boost. But I've never had a shaman go this high, and I'm like, I want transmog gear. I want to look a specific way.
Yeah.
So we've kind of been doing the world quest stuff, running the dungeons, and then kind of to cleanse the palette, we go into the old raids that we can just slosh through.
And there's plenty of people still queued up for those.
Oh, you don't have. We can do them with just the two of us.
Oh, really?
Because people are such a high level.
So you can go back to the original classic raids, and Brian and I can just steamroll through and collect gear that falls off of all the bosses.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's kind of to cleanse the because you feel like a god. I do. I shoot lightning out of my fingers that hits other people. So I walk into a room, stand there, and go, and everything just, and you're just like, yes.
Makes Scarlet Monastery easy.
And we're not even doing that. We're going straight to the raids to get the
raids,
the raid pieces of gear. So my shaman now has their purple kind of color, but they're two wolf heads with lightning effects to them on my shoulders. And once I get the helmet for it, it's it's just a metal crown, but it gives my eyes a lightning effect.
Rated?
Almost. So it's like I'm sitting there going like I can have, and then you can
Do you have a
transmog.
pointy hat? Do you have a race hat?
No.
Nah, Raiden.
You can get one.
You need that.
But then you don't get the glowy eyes. So. The glowy eyes come with the crown.
You need to find a mix of both.
So either way, like we're sitting there going, if we kind of run those, we get it's a little less.
It's a palate, like you said, it's
a palate cleanser. And then the same thing, like Goldor, I can play a little bit more because I'm free to do more stuff.
Yeah, because you have a pet to help you. Right, so.
Not even that. It's just.
Do they still have pets?
I have 2 pets because I'm a Beastmaster hunter.
Oh,
so
hunter.
I have.
And you still don't get
tamed an animal.
You can if you are a survival hunter, you get a pet and a melee weapon.
You can tame animals.
And mine, if you have my gun came from a specific character, and it comes with the power of their pet, who is called Haughty and is a electrified wolf. I've done enough quests where I can change Haughty into another animal, so I have like almost a snowy owl that I transformed Haughty into, but she keeps the lightning effect.
I was gonna say lightning owl.
So she looks like a lightning owl.
Snow owl.
Terrifying.
Yeah. But the white of the snow owl or the gray of the snow owl matches like the lightning effect. So it's not like I turned her into a bear, and she's a brown bear with like static electricity.
Too.
This is just a bird that's like, I am electrified, eat my dust. So I have that and my bear. And then, but questing is a little bit more because I'm not aiming for anything specific with Goldor. I can just kind of like lollygag around.
Yeah.
So WoW's back to being
okay
fun. Like I said, Doom has been good. And Doom, just the amount of exploration you can do is...
It's always been good. It's classic Doom. It's good. Yeah. It's super fun.
I still love that first secret room you find, which is like they went back to the retro graphics and all that stuff.
Yep.
And it's
everything about that game is a love letter to
It was.
Doom.
It's the perfect freaking game. Yep. So that, and then...
Switching? Anything switching?
Yes, I just bought Switch stuff. Hold on.
Switch stuff. Doom.
I did say Switch stuff. Other Switch stuff. I got the Neo Geo Arcade 2020 Super Baseball game.
Yeah, going back to a baseball game.
Is it better
BT Dubs better than RBI baseball, and it's only
going back to a baseball
and it's only $10. I've got their soccer game like that.
Those Neo Geo games are super good. Doesn't matter which like franchise or like you get. It's
my biggest thing with Super Baseball. You pitch and you bat.
Yeah.
And you field, it actually has more controlled depth than that RBI baseball game.
It's not setting the bar too high.
And it's 2020 Super Baseball, so they're all robots.
Even better.
That's the fun part of the whole thing. So I got that.
Those Neo Geo games are kind of awesome.
Yeah, I got that for $10, which is good. And I ended up buying, and I was like hemming and hawing between it, but I did it, and I got the Dragon Quest Builders game. When I tried the demo out, it was quite hard to build stuff, so I don't know what kind of improvements actually got made between that and the actual release.
So you haven't played it yet?
I have.
And?
It's much better than the demo. I'm having an easier time building stuff.
So is there any touch controls with that?
No.
No, so it's all...
Not that I've noticed.
Because it's a port, for the most part, so...
There are no touch controls.
Not even when you're building stuff, that's...
Which is fine.
Well, I think Minecraft didn't have touch controls either. So.
The controls that are in the final game are strong enough that I've now built the town. Like, they give you so much room to build your town in.
Yeah.
I've built it. I've taken stuff apart. I've rebuilt parts. Like, I'm like, okay, this isn't good enough anymore. I'm gonna So I've managed to do a good enough job of it, and the controls seem much easier than the demo. So if you've tried the demo, take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
I'm not really interested. I don't do those building games, but visually it looks like a very different. Yeah. It's got something to it.
And it's still Dragon Quest, so like I had to go out and do a quest where I beat up this giant scorpion, and once I beat him up and talked to my the guy who gave me the quest, I got the sword spin move.
Sure.
So like you're still building up your character as a warrior. And at the same time, you're trying to get people to move into this town, which is, I think, the other big difference than a lot of building games. Like, we keep looking at Steam games to play, and a bunch of the ones keep popping up are, like, it's the forest, but with
it's Minecraft. It looks like Minecraft,
or it looks like Minecraft, or it's oh, you get dropped in the middle of this island or this forest or this something. Survive and build stuff. Here's an axe. Go build stuff. This one's legitimately like I can punch the ground like Minecraft and collect the blocks. So you get that aspect to it, but at the same time, I had to build, like you have to make all of a sudden people happy so that they move into your place, or.
So it's like when they wanted to make.
You're actually building a city.
Because when Minecraft started putting
villages,
and that's sort of what they wanted to do, but that never actually ended up happening.
Yeah. So this one is like. You get out and you plant your flag where they tell you to plant the flag. Like there's a very specific space. Mm-hmm. And then this girl comes running up and she's like, what do you think you're doing? And you are the only person who knows what building is. That's what this whole story is around, is this demon king has made people forget what building is.
Story.
Okay.
So she's all like, I forgot what she said. She's like, oh, it'd be nice if we had a... Oh, no, you end up putting earth against some makeshift walls that were already built. And it becomes a room. Because it is. Yeah. You have a door, and you have walls that are at least 2 blocks high. You have created a room.
Sure.
You have to put a torch in that room, though, to make it an actual room.
Mm-hmm. So she's 2 blocks high.
The torch just sits on the ground. That's
okay. You can make it higher.
You can make it higher.
And then put the like really Minecraft, you can put the torch on the wall, right?
You can build sconces.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not. If you put a torch, the torch sits on the ground. Yep. It doesn't stick in the wall. Okay. You have to build a sconce to...
And that's fine, as long as there's that mechanic.
So she's all like, well, it'd be great if, that room you just built... Because she's amazed that you put earth blocks into this thing to build, the room. She's flabbergasted that you've come up with this solution.
There's a huge grain of salt in this game that you just make so the NPCs are amazed that you can make things... But we don't know what that means.
Right. So to them, she's like, well, if you could make stuff... She's like, it'd be great if you could just make a torch.
Okay, BRB.
And then your character, because he has a god talking to him too during the intro, the god's like, here's how you make a torch.
Cheating.
Because you've kind of lost your memory, but you're still the only one that can build. Like that's.
So you put a coal in a stick.
No, it's not even that. You literally need, I think, a broken stick.
Fire.
Nope. You just do that. Just does that automatically. So you just have to go to your workstation.
Yeah.
And
stick fire.
And broken stick turns into torch.
That's terrifying.
And so
just like real life.
Well, yeah, you're a superhero. So.
Oh God, he's making fire.
Ah! So either way, I make the torch and you put it in the room, and the girl's like, "You can just build stuff." So all of a sudden, she starts learning
the word build.
She starts learning how to because you tell her what building is, like creating. So all of a sudden, she's like, "Well, I want to build too." So you have to build her a little hut. And then she actually, while you're doing your stuff and collecting crap, she'll actually go to that thing, build stuff, and put it in a crate for you.
I was just going to say,
So I'll come back and I'll have a bunch of doors built and that kind of stuff. This sounds like
a really, a really funny narrative of all right, I can build fire. Okay, you can build fire? I can build fire. Walk away, come back, everything's on fire. I built fire!
Can you build it? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You only taught me how to build fire. What is building?
And thankfully, you don't have to teach them how to build stuff.
I did nothing but build walls.
And they don't. All they do is they
trap themselves.
They create objects at the workstation and they put them in the box. So it's not like you come back and all of a sudden the wall is covered in torches.
That's all. You gave me one thing. You had one job. I had one job. Fire.
And then as you get people, like the second guy you find, he has a book.
Whoa!
And this book, he can read it. It takes a while to decipher it because his English is horrendous and he can't read.
Of course.
But it takes him a while to decipher stuff. And as he deciphers stuff, this book is to help you build things. So one of the things was there used to be, and this is where I just got to, there used to be a point where they could build a barricade wall. It was a wall with a trap. No, to keep because there are monsters. The Demon King's taken over, and monsters rule this land. The humans are essentially few and far between because they've almost all been killed off.
Okay.
So your job is to reunite the humans, build this epic city.
Okay.
And bring humans back into the mix.
Yeah.
You're
so
building him to death.
Every once in a while, you get a mission where it's like, oh, the bad guys are attacking again, and they just. It's actually really cool. They just careen through walls. They don't give a crap. So like, there's a skeleton that attacks.
You can defend yourself.
Yep. So you have a weapon. Okay. So like, I can build weapons. I can build shields. I can build armor.
You're just not building walls around you.
But I built walls made out of dirt because that's all I really had at the time. But a skeleton was like, dirt wall gone. Keeps walking through, dirt wall gone. All of a sudden, it's like your empty room that you built, which is going to be my inn. Like I'm planning.
Not anymore.
It's like your empty room is gone. You've lost 900 points, and I'm like, shit. So
now
I just got the blueprint essentially to build these fortification walls out of stone walls and then spike traps. So essentially, the bad guys walk into them, and they get trapped in. So like they can't get past it, and the spikes slowly do damage to them, and they die. So I'm like, okay, next step: surround what I have currently built with these barricade walls.
Meanwhile, the NPCs are just like, spikes are... Where are you making these things from?
Well, and like the girl I started with, she wants me to build a dressing room of sorts because she started to make clothes for everybody to improve their stats. Because when the bad guys attack,
so she's building clothes. She's building clothes.
No, she's got like they have rags on essentially. She's now building better stuff. Okay.
Paper bag princesses.
Essentially,
something
yes.
like that.
She's also the only girl.
So,
and again, one of her quests was, I need a private room.
No, my room's right there.
No, your room is my room. Jason Schreier, yes.
That's a good way to look at it, because it is. It's fun. I'm into it, as opposed to...
What Minecraft isn't?
Minecraft is now. I had fun with Minecraft when Minecraft was in beta.
But the thing is, like, it hasn't changed dramatically since then.
It probably has. I haven't played it.
It's got that 4K update.
Woo.
The really good looking patch or whatever that's called.
But again, this game actually looks... The aesthetic is nice. Mm-hmm. It looks like a Dragon Quest game. Like, the first enemies you see are slimes.
Sweet.
As it should be. And when they kill them, they drop slime according to what color the slime is.
Wood that gets set on fire if you pick it up.
Yeah, branches. The branches.
Okay.
I've made fire! That's all I can imagine.
But for her, it's like, I need a private room, so all of a sudden your guy discovers how to create signs.
Girls only.
So there's a girls only and a boys only sign.
The guy can't read properly, so...
he's gonna...
That's why they're symbols, they're not written on the sign.
They take them all into a room.
But I have a sign now for an inn, and I have a sign now for a shop, which also came with that package, and I'm like... Cool. So I am slowly developing one building that is going to be the inn.
Yeah. And I like the fact that this is like there's an overarching story.
And there is there's a demon king that I eventually have to face off against.
Rather than just in Minecraft where it's you kind of have to make your own story.
And my beacon of light that is, shown through, he's noticed. So that's why every once in a while one of the quests is legitimately just there are waves of enemies attacking your
make something better than a dirt wall. Go.
Yes. So before you do it, like he's like, are you ready for the attack? Like they're very nice about it.
Oh.
So you can go and build healing potions, make sure all of your swords, because your swords do have durability.
Mm-hmm. Like a good survival-ish game.
But you can build ones easy enough that you're not like, oh my god. It's not like Zelda where all of a sudden you're out of weapons going like, find a stick.
Frying pan.
Yeah, this one's like, I have enough rocks put away where I can go and build another stone sword. Is it the best sword? No. But I have enough, like I could have 100 of these swords and I'd be all right.
Yeah.
A mallet is the good building, so the good taking apart of resources thing. Swapping between them is just the D-pad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's easy enough. The only problems that I really have with it are the cameras once you put ceilings on your buildings. Because now I'm starting to build up, because the space you have to build your village is quite small to begin with.
Well, you said it's too high,
Too high per room.
But you can have it higher, can't you?
You can go higher, so I've gone higher. So most of my rooms are, because I go over the door, so they're at least 3 high. But as soon as you walk in, the camera stays outside the wall unless you click the left button and it zooms right in. And then still you have to get the angle just right to get inside those rooms, where it would be nice if... everything above you kind of went transparent to that point. And the other part is if
like
you
the
see...
Sims. Like the Sims.
Yeah. But the cool part is I got to a castle, and they had like these pillars, and I'm like, those pillars are awesome.
Can I learn to build?
Not even. I just hit them with my hammer, broke them down, picked them up, and I can put them in my town.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like breaking it down to
intact.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not breaking down the
the only thing you break down to the core of is like plants. So like if I see a flower and I slash it with my sword,
so
I
if
get
I build a
petals.
house,
yeah,
and then I break the house down,
you get all those pieces back.
But I have a little house.
No,
you have little pieces of wood.
So as you break down the dirt wall, you get those pieces back. If you break the door down,
but you said you
get the door.
But you broke down a pillar, and now you have a pillar in your back pocket?
The pillar was like a legitimate stone pillar.
Oh man, this game is weird.
There was a throne room because it's a castle. I broke the throne up. It's like you've picked up your first chair, and I'm like, damn Skippy, I did. I have a throne.
Put it in the girls' room.
I have no place for it, but I have a throne.
Put it in the front.
Put it in your own room.
But that's my thing. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, this is cool, because all of a sudden I saw flooring in this castle, like purple carpeted flooring. So I have all this purple flooring now. No one's living in the castle because humans have died off in that area. It's a rundown castle.
I was going to say, why don't just overtake it and build it fancier?
Because it's not part of my village, so it doesn't count towards my points.
Oh, that's lame.
Not yet. If you expand your village.
It's really far away from my village. Yeah. So really the trick will be slowly taking this castle down.
Okay, so is this game like procedurally generated? Like this castle, was that castle
It's in there.
Okay, so it's like if I booted the game up in a separate
it'll be in the same place.
Okay, so it's not
or it should be. Yes?
I haven't tried it out yet.
I've tried.
Because it just doesn't, like, the concept of this story mode doesn't make sense to me if it's also a building game, but if it would also be procedurally generated worlds.
The building game, I think it's more like the forest, where it is, like, the island is set.
Okay. Kind of like PUBG.
And the stuff is set. But to me, like, I can go back to that castle and just go up to the roof.
Yeah.
And just start hacking at the roof, because there's actual, like, sloped roof pieces.
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of them just to, like, have one. But I could go back up there with 6 different hammers, because I need them to take this whole thing down. And start slowly, like, taking this entire castle apart and then rebuild it in my area as I want it. Because that's kind of the cool part about the building thing. If you legitimately want to play a game where you're going off to kill the Demon King, build room, make sure it's too high, put door, put all of the accessories you need in that room. So like to make a basic bedroom, it needs 2 bedrolls and a light. Basic bedroom done. To have a kitchen, you need a cooking fire and a chest, and you're good.
Okay.
And a light. Like you always need a light in the room. And that's how the rooms are generated, and you're just like, okay, cool. Thanks.
So you could have a very basic if you want.
So you could have just square rooms all over, or you can do like I'm doing now, where I'm like, there's the banner in the middle of my little town, which is going to kind of be my town square eventually. And then I'm like the housing buildings going up that way. So like if there's going to be like the girls' dorm, guys' dorm, that kind of thing.
If there's only one girl, then
I'm assuming I'm going to get more.
You don't know.
Either way, like I'm building
something.
But if you just want to play this game and go out and kill a bunch of bad guys and be the hero,
you would still have a good time.
You can still go do that, and then just build a very basic town. Or you can be like me, where I'm like taking down entire mountains trying to get pieces so I can build things. So yeah, no, overall good game. Cool. PUBG we played last night a bit.
PUBG
still
hasn't changed. Will probably change.
That's it.
Cool.
Oh, I bought the Predator trilogy, as they call it, on Google Play.
Not really a trilogy.
I got each movie for $10 on digital, so you get really Predator, Predators 2, and then Predators.
Yeah, it's not really a trilogy. The third one doesn't really tie into any of the other two.
No, but they call it they call it the Predator bundle.
I guess.
So either way, I haven't watched any of them yet.
I've obviously Predator into that.
I was kind of pissed because I have now the Alien series.
Yes.
Because I got that
all
on
4.
No, I got like all 6.
4.
6.
There's a lot of aliens.
They counted whatever as an alien flick.
Which one?
Prometheus.
Oh, right, because it is.
Technically.
Prometheus 2?
Well,
that one wasn't, no.
That one's not out yet on digital, is it?
Should be out.
I don't know, whatever. I got the DVD box. Like, it was 6 movies. Either way.
Anywho.
So I have Alien. I have all the Aliens. I know.
You're thinking about it, aren't you?
Because it goes Resurrection and then it goes...
We have a thing.
Hold on. They're right here.
No, because it goes to Resurrection and then it goes to Prometheus.
Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Covenant.
Alien 3.
Alien Covenant.
No, Covenant is the new one.
Yep. So I bought...
That's Prometheus 2.
So I got that collection, which is digital as well. And then I got the Predator one. And then I thought the exact same thing, Chris. I'm like, time for some AVP. Because I hate the first one. But the second one was actually okay.
They're both cheesy.
So...
Did this come with the digital ones too?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was at Costco.
For how much?
Yeah.
$40.
That's totally worth it.
Yes, for 6 movies.
Yeah. Well, on Google Play, I was looking at them, and it was, I think, $70 for all 6.
You get little cards with it too.
Oh yeah. And I'm like,
vintage.
And I'm like,
Yeah, not really vintage. I don't call these vintage. They're cool.
But I'm sitting there going like, oh, that's a lot for the Alien movies. I add them to my wish list because I'm like, if they do go on sale or whatever, that's not bad. Because it's almost $12 a movie, which isn't too bad. No. And then I look at Covenant being new, so I'm like, that's a $20-some movie. So really, the other movies come out to cheaper.
So
and then I went
Covenant.
Well, then I went to Costco and they had it for like $40.
Sometimes you can get some really good deals off of Costco. Like the Back to the Future trilogy, I think I bought it for $20 on Blu-ray.
I don't have it on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD from Blockbuster when it closed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have that. I have Predators, and then I was like, hey, VP, and I looked, and it's still like a full price movie on Google Play. Not even. They're not even selling it as a bundle. Otherwise, I would have gotten.
I found 2-pack.
But on Google Play for the digital thing, it wasn't. So I was like,
you and your digital.
Again, it makes it just.
I know. I heard about the whole thing with the flipping of the Game of Thrones, and it was tough to do. And
I like both. In my defense, I like both digital and physical movies.
Then watch Die Hard.
I had those on digital.
You would.
Every time, like, because Google's pretty good about putting bundles together. So it's whenever they end up with a bundle out, I'm like, okay. Because again, it comes out to like $10 a movie by the end of it, and for something like Die Hard, it was way cheaper because they're like no one is paying for no one's paying for the new ones. Let's face it. I know.
I'm not.
But in a bundle, I'm
you
like,
haven't even watched 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'll get on it. But I have to wait until Christmas.
No.
Apparently.
Not anymore.
We gave you that chance.
We gave you the chance to experience Die Hard like it should be experienced.
I was dying on Christmas, just saying.
So,
excuses.
Yeah, Google Play every once in a while the bundles are a good deal, so I'm like, yeah, I'll pick this up. So yeah, Predator, $10 a piece for those movies.
Nice.
And I like Predators.
Which one was that one again?
The newest one, Adrian Brody.
I might have.
That was okay.
Yeah,
it was.
Topher Grace is the.
Yeah.
Well, they're all villains, but the big villain, I guess.
Yeah. Obviously, the first one's. I love
Lawrence
the first
Fishburne.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like
he was the
old
one,
and it has. And that one, like I watched it, and I'm like, this is decent enough. Predators killing humans. That's cool.
That's exactly as advertised.
That's all. Yeah.
As advertised.
But that's all the first one should. Yes. Like that's what Predator and Alien movie should be, which is why the first AVP pissed me off, and the second one made me happy.
They should have done
finish that sentence.
What Predators, and then put the aliens in mix with them.
Correct.
No, but they don't. They've never done that movie.
I know. That's what they should have done.
They're still.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days.
No, the series is kind of
I could
dropped off.
It has dropped off, but
I mean, Covenant was there, but I don't even know if they're doing a third one because he wanted to.
I forgot that Danny McBride was in Alien Covenant.
Yep.
That's weird to see him in something like that.
No, he does this. James Franco's in it too.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Did you see Danny McBride's Super Bowl commercial?
Isn't that like the
Crocodile Dundee one?
With him and Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was funny because I knew it wasn't a Crocodile Dundee movie. They announced that already. It got leaked.
Full trailer.
For an ad for Australia.
I haven't seen it yet.
You get about halfway through the ad.
I watched the YouTube thing where it was like a full.
No, you get halfway through the ad and they're drinking wine or whatever. And Danny McBride is like, this is a tourism video for Australia, isn't it? There's no actual movie. And Chris Hemsworth is like, shh. He's like, I think you make a great you would have made a great Crocodile Dundee, better than like, you know, anybody who's come after the original, and the original's sitting over at another table like glaring at them. So yeah, it was an advertisement to travel to Australia.
I have to watch that. I have to watch that. I haven't seen that. That's one of the ads I haven't seen.
That's it.
Margaret Robbie's in it. Hugh Jackman's in it.
What?
They're Australian.
Yeah, that just throws me off.
Russell Crowe's in
it.
So yeah, the Super Bowl ad was for a trip to Australia.
No, cool.
And then PUBG, where we parkoured and died.
We did not do very good last night.
So I'm imagining The Office parkour.
That's exactly what we do.
We didn't do very good.
Parkour.
We do.
Parkour.
We run and yell parkour.
And then planking. Every once in a while we'll plank.
Yeah. But as we're running and you climb something, parkour.
Just like real life. PUBG.
PUBG.
Parkour.
Guys, I'm parkour. You just jump
through
over
the
a
window.
small and then
Through
it's
the
like through the
windows.
window. Parkour.
That's all Office did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coaches.
Yeah. Parkour. So yeah, PUBG, and yes, that game's still fun. Good game.
Mm-hmm. I'll go.
Sure.
Go for it.
So I've been picking.
For you today,
I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers. Yes, this week was kind of crazy. Bob's Burgers is on Canada Netflix. All 7 seasons.
I saw that.
And it is a good thing to turn on and just go, yeah, this is Archer talking to Mabel from Gravity Falls. It's basically those two characters.
That's what got me about Bob's Burgers when I first started watching it. I'm like, he didn't even change his voice.
He didn't even try.
Archer.
I think my fiance, because she watches me watch Archer a lot, and she's like, wait, what are you watching? Because I was watching in bed with my phone. She's like, why are you watching Archer? I'm like, no.
I wish.
Yeah, I wish it was new episodes. So yeah, that's a great show just to turn on and
eventually one day.
It's easy to watch. It's like the Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of thing. It's dumb jokes.
System.
See, and I think of it like when I watched Family Guy, I put it on in the background, and you get the joke every once in a while.
But I think with Family Guy, it's those jokes are far removed from the show itself. Yes. Whereas with Bob's Burgers, at least when they make jokes, it's still within. They don't do cutaways, or not at least to the effect that Family Guy does them.
Oh no, but Family Guy, that's part of the shtick.
Yeah.
If they did that at Bob's Burgers,
joke about it.
Yeah, I know. No, one episode where they go back and it's like,
we're out of cutaways.
Well, no, they go back in
there.
Yeah, they go back in time and Stewie.
Is this what it looks like when we used to do it?
Yeah. Is this what we look like when we're doing those flashbacks? Like, oh man, we look like morons.
But yeah, look, Bob's Burgers is super cool.
Yep, good show.
Like I said, I did watch Cloverfield.
Yes, you did.
The Cloverfield Paradox.
Yes, you did.
And it is an interesting film.
All right.
To answer some of the weird questions, it does explain sort of the events of Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield, and 10 Cloverfield Lane, as well as any future movies that they make.
Cool.
So, in the sense that this is the event that happens in Cloverfield Paradox, they're trying to basically fire one giant, hadron collider in space. Basically, because in Earth, they are running out of resources, so they're looking for some sort of renewable energy source. And so their solution was to send the biggest, brightest minds into space to fire this hadron collider.
It works out well.
It never works out well. Well, it worked out well for about...
movie where it does work.
No, this was definitely not one of those
You have
movies.
to send miners or something up into space.
And then have,
Didn't work on Martian.
And then just play...
Those are geniuses, too. That didn't work out very well.
And have Bruce Willis in it. And then just have Bruce Willis in it as well.
Yeah, things go well when you send Bruce Willis to space.
Yeah.
No, Armageddon.
He dies.
I can save what's in this sweet. No, that's a different movie.
Yeah.
A different movie than Cloverfield Paradox.
I don't want to miss a thing, is what you're thinking of?
Yeah, it's that's Armageddon.
Yep.
I know, but he was
referencing Armageddon.
Not that.
I caught the tune, but
no, it's not.
Learn your
Aerosmith. Leaving on the
you didn't Aerosmith Guitar Hero enough, Dave.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, though, I did not purchase that one.
I did, because I like Aerosmith. That was the one that I was like, woo!
But either way, so yeah, they tried to fire this hadron collider in space, and for whatever reason, it explodes and
opens a black
surprise.
hole.
Well, it not just opens a black hole, but they lose the Earth.
What? Oops.
It gets sucked into a black hole?
And so one shot is them saying, yeah, we totally did it, and then it explodes, and then they look out the window, and Earth is gone.
Or are they
Time
gone?
travel.
Or are they gone is the big question, right?
Time
and so,
travel.
So the answer to that is that each of the Cloverfield movies that have happened before this one and will happen after this one is the result of this explosion that was on this space station, because they've ripped a hole through space, time, and all universes.
Like an old space-time continuum.
Yeah.
That sounds confusing.
That's how monsters exist in those other movies and will exist in other future movies, because each movie is its own universe. Everyone was super confused because 10 Cloverfield Lane, the timeline didn't match up to the first Cloverfield.
Okay.
Or match up with the Cloverfield paradox. And so the way they wrote that in is that those universes are their own movie.
Yeah.
And because of this event in the paradox, this explosion which ripped open the universe,
Yes.
and bled monsters into these other universes.
Weird.
That's sort of the ongoing theory right now. And it totally makes a lot of sense, because you're messing with a hadron collider in space. Things don't go well.
No.
Never.
Never do anything in
Never
space.
send geniuses into space. Maybe send dumb people into space.
What was that
Things
one
get
with the
done.
sun?
Where they need to kickstart the
Core?
sun again?
Was it core? The core?
Yes?
Maybe.
I think it was the core.
Yeah.
Or no, because I would dig down into Earth. There was one about that too.
Yeah, no, not that one. They had to go to the sun.
What do they need to do to
Chris
the sun?
Evans?
No.
No, it's not Sunshine.
Yes.
Is it Sunshine?
Yes.
Dude, you have a button to fact check.
I know. I can fact check on here easy.
Okay.
I have
But yeah, no, Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah,
if
Sunshine.
If you very much enjoyed
That was
Yeah,
good.
the first
I haven't
Cloverfield
watched it.
movies,
I know these movies.
if you watch the first ones, you really like the story, the background, the lore, all of that stuff, it's a great film. It is a wonderful film. It fills in tons of gaps, puts in tons of holes. Like, it fills tons of holes, rather, of, like, where these monsters are coming from. But as a movie, it's pretty subpar.
From what I hear, yeah.
It's not great. And again,
Like,
the
is
only
it
reason
Death
why...
Note bad?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just that's my comparison.
No, it's not. That's bottom of the barrel. Now, my problem, another big problem with the movie is that it keeps intercutting between the space station and the people on Earth.
Yeah.
And it's causing this disconnect between, okay, I should be paying attention to the narrative that they're doing in the space station. They're trying to solve this problem, trying to get the Earth back. Whereas on the other Earth, or the Earth that they lost, they're trying to figure out why these monsters are existing in their Earth. But it has no real relevance to the story.
Maybe 4 will explain it.
And they'll add something to that one, because 4 takes place in World War II.
Yeah.
Which now thinking of how that movie exists, like the 4th one, and with Paradox being done, like those story points and this hadron collider that they've created, the story, it makes sense now that 4 will have monsters. It makes complete sense because it's a different universe.
Yeah,
it's a different universe where Nazis.
It's
very
Someone
complicated.
hasn't watched it.
It's very complicated.
My head hurts.
It's very, very.
The first one's very good. You should watch Cloverfield.
Is it on Netflix?
No,
unfortunately.
Then I can't.
I know.
I have it.
And I'm not willing to buy it.
I have it. You can borrow it.
Yes, but then I watch it and then I have to go buy it. So
But why? It's not like it's not a gem. It's just a good movie.
I'm at the point with my movie collection that I'm starting to get those.
And also, I don't think you can find Cloverfield
movies.
on Blu-ray.
I bet you I could.
Is Cloverfield on the Blu-ray? Because it
Bet
came
you
up
I could.
number 4.
Doesn't matter. They re-release things all the time.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Well, because it costs them nothing. They just got
Yeah, and that's exactly where I would look.
Amazon?
Yep.
Find it.
I'm
There's a
working
movie
on
I
it.
Do
watched-
it?
There is a movie I watched this week that I looked it up and found it on there.
Cloverfield comes in 4K Ultra HD.
Sure
Sweet.
does.
Do you have a 4K Ultra HD player?
I have a Blu-ray player.
You can get Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane on DVD
I don't need
for
DVD.
$8, both movies.
That's actually really good.
If you give me a Blu-ray pack,
Here they are.
There it is. I see it.
you know, you could
23 bucks.
filter it, right, to just show Blu-rays.
That takes time.
Oh, there it is.
No, it was right at the start.
Oh, right there.
That takes time.
So, yeah. So I watched that. It's not a bad movie, but if you're just going in, you've never really watched Cloverfield.
Oh no.
Or if you watched them once,
confused.
or you watched them once and said, "Cool movies." It's not a movie for you, unfortunately.
Plain old Cloverfield Blu-ray is just $14 all on its own.
Yeah, that's all right.
One day.
Watch that. I'm now caught up on The Good Place.
Nice.
That season finale.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Always crazy.
And
As
I'm
a
totally
good
ready.
season finale should.
Yes.
It actually parallels the season finale to season 1
Yes.
really well.
Because it's them restarting, but not really.
It's
It is, but it isn't.
And the same lines are given in this. Like, if you actually look at all of the details that go into it, it's actually pretty cool to see what the showrunners
they're really smart.
Have
these
put
guys.
into play. Well, it's the same guys that do Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Which I'm kind of sad. I don't know where that show's going right now.
They're filming.
They're filming, but
Because Andy Samberg actually just did an interview because last SNL was Natalie Portman and they did Natalie's Rap 2. And Andy Samberg and Lonely Island got the call Wednesday and had to write, record, and do everything, obviously, by Saturday night.
Or
Of
Friday.
course.
Isn't it Friday they do it?
No, they had to get it done so they had Saturday to get it done, and then that evening it had to go out live. So Andy was talking about, he's like in the middle of takes on Brooklyn Nine-Nine on the phone with the rest of the Lonely Island guys, like trying to come up with stuff. And then he's like, after we finished filming Friday on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, went and found an empty parking garage where they filmed his parts to the video. They're FaceTiming with Natalie Portman to record her lines, like, because they're in LA, they're not in New York, so it's a big, even the gap is a big challenge.
Timelines.
So yeah, they're working on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's coming back.
One day.
It's just a matter of if we get another season of Brooklyn
That's
Nine-Nine.
what I'm more concerned about than anything. So yeah, that happened, and then I went to my first Pokemon Go EX raid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Actually, we had about 30 players show up for just literally the park across my street, and yeah, we all organized into our groups.
Nice.
I think we had 12 people go in against Mewtwo, so super excited for that. Super easy to catch too.
Yeah.
Like I was surprisingly I thought he was going to be really difficult.
Because you're a pro.
I was gonna say, is that because you guys were organized?
No.
Maybe?
Well, no. Taking him down was easy.
Yeah.
Because we all had our dark type Pokemon because he's weak to that. That's his one weakness. Dark and ghost type Pokemon attacks. But catching him, he's a 6% catch rate. That seems low, but
Master Ball.
well, they don't give you Master Balls yet in this game.
Right.
I'll try.
Depending on how well you did in the battle, will determine how many bonus balls you get.
Oh, okay.
So I think I got like 12, which was more than enough. I used only like 3 for myself and my fiance because she also got a pass for that raid as well.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was a really fun experience just because I got to meet more people like playing this game,
Right?
Which is something that I haven't gotten.
Being social.
Since it kind of came out.
Since summer, really, almost, because we all car raid. If you really play Pokemon Go in our region, you do a lot of car raiding.
Now you do.
And it's kind of ridiculous. I don't like it. I like the aspect of walking to the next gym to catch Pokemon or put Pokemon in, whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully the weather will change sooner rather than later. We do have a community day coming in a couple weeks.
February.
Well, I mean, I'd rather be outside and not have to worry about wearing gloves, playing this game, kind of thing.
April.
Apparently. There was
after the May long weekend, you're safe.
Basically. There was a bug in the EX Raid distribution system last week.
Yes, I heard about that.
They accidentally sent out EX Raid invites to people who haven't been to gyms in months.
So I should check?
You should probably check. And so the
I
downside...
might have one for Ontario, guys.
I was going to say, the downfall about this is that people received raid passes for countries that they were vacationing in because the time period people kind of calculated, it was around November to December when people do a lot of traveling. And so it's like, I got one for the Space Needle. I live in Canada.
If it
That wouldn't be
If it helps, though, one guy did send them a message going
so,
like,
yes, you can do this.
And they gave him five regular raid passes.
So, yeah. So, the sort of the upshot is that you can get some bonus raid passes out of it.
Hey, Sisu!
Hey. But you have to contact them before today, basically, because once the EX raid pass is gone, it's gone.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
So, yeah, no. So today is that day where basically a ton of people who haven't played the game in months picked up the notification and said, okay, I'm going to go do a Mewtwo, I guess.
In France.
Yeah. Well, no. In Canada, too. Like, I think one of the ones that got distributed was in Drumheller for the Royal Town Museum.
Sweet.
Some in, like, Redwater.
That's a fun road trip. Come on now.
I would...
in winter?
If I didn't get one for last week, and I got one from Drumheller, I thought about it, if I would go. I don't know that I would do it. It's kind of a far
you say
trip.
that.
Well, I also... The silver lining is I got a second EX raid pass.
Yes.
But this one I think was well-deservedly earned, because they have updated it so that people who do a lot of raids, who have higher levels in that gym, should be getting those passes now. And I know this gym for a fact. I've raided at it a lot. Next Saturday at 3 p.m. I need to be there over by Oliver Square.
That's a good one.
It's a very popular spot. It's in a lot of apartments and condos around that area, so a lot of families will be there. It shouldn't be difficult to get groups together.
No.
Especially with coordination in the Discord chat that we have in our local Discord chat. For this current one that I have, we had it all planned out like a week before. It's like, we're going to be here at 2:30. There's going to be a second group at 2:45. And then another group at, like 2:50 if there's any stragglers, basically.
And then you get that one guy that rolls in who wasn't part of any Discord group and just
Yeah.
like, hey guys!
And that's sort of how we planned it, like, because it hatched at 2:30.
Yep.
We planned it at 2:30 just in case that there were random people who walked up and said, hey, you guys doing a thing? Like, yeah, we're starting at 2:30, but, which color are you, right? Because you want to make sure you want to optimize damage output based off of your team.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. I love how the EX system is getting better. It's inviting the right people now.
Still haven't gotten an invite.
No.
More and more.
I haven't even logged in since my issue. So.
I was gonna say that's right.
You are having a different issue.
To the point where I just think I've given up on it.
I thought you had already.
Wow. Yes. I haven't talked about my disappointment in a while.
I'm looking forward to more EX raiding next week. I've already pumped all my rare candies and Stardust into my first Mewtwo, so I need to build up more rare candies. So. And as well, just more Dragon Ball Fighters. That game is super good. I think everyone should play it at least once.
I'm not a fighter
person.
So
fighter dude. If we get the Escapist 2 on
we were
Switch,
talking about this as well.
Would you play with us?
I don't know what that game is.
It's a prison break game.
We'll show you later.
Show me later.
We'll show you. Yeah.
I will decide. I'm on a budget now.
I get that, but like that was kind of our if we get it for the Switch.
Because we could all
I remember there was
Brian, Nick, and I we could get it for PC.
Yeah, but then we can't play with you.
But you're the one
who played with me.
We could. We'd like to play with you.
Jerk. Fine. We'll just get it for Steam.
It's all about the PUBG.
Fine, I'll get it on my Xbox 360.
I will get it for my mobile phone.
Okay.
There.
Oh, sweet. You're buying it for me. Give me your credit card number and we'll make this happen.
Yeah. Give us your credit card number.
1, 2, 3.
And your social insurance
4.
number 2.
Well, that's just my credit card number backwards.
So yeah, that's sort of what I've been up to this week. I was kind of preparing for Mewtwo, basically, getting all my teams ready for it.
And it's accomplishment.
Yeah, it's basically
It's a big milestone.
I've peaked. I've uninstalled Pokemon Go.
That's
it. They're done.
And he's done.
Niantic
there's a new legendary that came out.
GG. Oh yeah, and so Rayquaza.
That's the one.
Rayquaza, as well as remember how I was talking about last week? They need to have exclusive time periods where only certain generation Pokemon will be spawning.
Yes.
Yeah, that's happening this weekend. Or this next week and a half.
Hoenn
Pokemon.
Hoenn, that's how you say it.
Only Hoenn Pokemon are going to be spawning, so 3rd generation Pokemon for the next week and a half or 2.
I just want squirrels.
Well, you're not going to get squirrels.
Uninstalling game.
Done.
For completely different reasons than Tony. Tony has met his requirements. Nick has not.
Done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hoenn Pokemon are spawning for a couple
Which
of weeks.
generation was that?
3rd generation.
Okay.
And Rayquaza will be available as a new legendary raid boss until March 14th, so like 5 weeks.
And you have an EX pass, so you're good.
I've got 2 EX passes.
So
My fiance will be able to participate in the second one, actually.
Hey.
She wasn't able to do it the other time because adult work.
Oh, yeah.
I actually took
Adulting.
as opposed to adulting, I took the afternoon off to go to it.
It sounds reasonable.
Honestly, like my coworkers...
There's a doctor's appointment to call in sick.
No, I have enough vacation days to just say, I'm gone this afternoon.
I wish I had vacation days.
And honestly, my coworkers would expect no less of me.
I don't have any.
Under vacation.
What's a vacation?
No, I don't like that system that we are a part of.
And so, yeah,
our system's bad for that.
We're going to be doing another Mewtwo raid next week, and then going to Black Panther right after.
Yes, we need to discuss that.
So,
Sure.
Brian, stay on. We'll discuss that.
We can Discord you in later.
Yes.
Discord you in now.
Yeah.
So that's all you had to say?
Yeah, that's basically me this week.
I have-
Pokemon Go and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Cool.
Oh, and
I know I have a
Cloverfield, yeah. Oh, Brian. Okay. Go.
I have a couple weeks to catch up on here, so it's going to be a bit.
Go.
We'll start with movies, I guess. I watched The House.
The House, is that?
Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, trying to
That's
get
what
money
the gambling thing, right?
Yes,
Oh,
they're trying to
right.
get money for their kid to go to college.
So they have like this underground like casino.
Pretty much.
It looks kind of funny.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's... I don't know. I kind of thought about this after. It was good. But it's been such a long time since I've had like a comedy that just nonstop laughing.
And did this fulfill that requirement?
No. There were moments. It was, like I said, it was still good. Just didn't... It was hit or miss sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like horror movies, where horror movies are either...
Yeah.
It's hard to get a good one. It was a fantastic movie, and I'm hoping that one day we'll find a comedy like that again. You could borrow it if you want, but...
I can probably find it.
Yeah, it's
on the ground.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk.
Special kind of ground.
Yeah.
The other
special
ground.
Yeah. The ground that we taught Sisu about.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Renner shows up for briefly.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Good for him.
As Hawkeye.
No, it's a villain.
Is Hawkeye from the Jimmy Kimmel Show? Playing, singing songs about himself.
No. I'm just trying to think of big names in there. Other than those two, obviously the Will Ferrell and
Yeah.
the one guy, I can't remember his name, Santiago's husband
Santiago.
or boyfriend or whatever he is now. The undercover cop that came back after a while and she ended up getting engaged too.
Oh, and he's also in The Good Place.
The Good Place.
Pimento. He's in this
Pimento.
movie as the...
I'm not sure about him. I just hit the Pimento episodes again on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and
I liked him more in The Good Place, I will say.
I didn't even... I think I liked him in The Good Place because he wasn't really in The Good Place.
Also true. But I liked his personality. It's just like crazy off the walls.
And he kind of...
Is he like that again?
No, he's not crazy. He's down on his luck type of guy.
Oh, so he's more down to earth, not as crazy like Pimento.
He's the one that starts this whole idea.
Oh, God.
And then just Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler's characters just kind of run away with it after that.
There you go.
He's the one that does all this. And yeah, it's definitely at least try it out movie.
I honestly thought about going to see that in theaters.
It's not a theater worthy.
I'm not a Will Ferrell guy.
He's
like a lot of people.
I don't outwardly go see his films. I'll watch them.
Yeah.
And some of them are, like, I find pretty funny, but I don't outwardly go like, ooh, Will Ferrell's in a movie, gonna go see. Same with Amy Poehler. Like, I like Amy Poehler.
She's okay. It's hit or miss with her.
Right. Like, that's my
Parks
thing.
and Rec
Like,
was great.
Yes, but that's my thing. Is like I don't outwardly go like, "Ooh, Amy Poehler's in something, must go see."
I read something actually. Good Place and Parks and Rec are supposed to be tied together somehow.
Sweet.
Which Good Place and Parks and Rec? Yeah. I think that was just a theory though, because they shared the same magazine.
I accept.
But that's what they say.
I've never watched Good Parks and Rec. I want to watch it.
It's hard to find now.
Got through season.
It's not on Netflix, so I cannot.
It was on Show Me when it was around.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when I was watching. It was on Show Me.
Another movie I watched was Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Chris Evans. Christopher.
Wait, that is technically his name.
Christopher Evans.
Christopher Evans.
Chrissy Evans.
Yes.
Chrissy.
That was not a bad movie either. It was a little weird, which I'm not surprised at. But
did he direct that? Because I know he expressed interest in directing more movies.
I was looking for that, and he didn't even show up on the directing list. Directed by. No,
because I know.
Hold on, I got Chris Evans right here because I just looked him up.
No,
for Sunshine.
Oh yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent movie. I mean, I know it was kind of lower budget.
He has only directed Before We Go in 2014.
I have no idea what that movie is.
I know that one because that
two strangers stuck in Manhattan for the night grow into each other's most trusted confidants.
I don't know
when an evening of unexpected adventure forces them to confront their fears.
It's a romantic comedy.
Oh, okay. That
with
doesn't.
Chris Evans and Alice Eve.
I have no idea who Alice Eve is.
It's a romantic comedy.
Yeah, directed by Chris Evans.
That was when he wanted to do directing stuff.
But I thought Snowpiercer was supposed to be him, kind of directing it at least.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a dystopian movie. Yeah. They're stuck on a train that's going around the world because the world has frozen over.
What? Wait, really?
Yes.
So, like, what? A post-apocalyptic?
This guy built a train that was supposed to survive everything and has everything the human necessities need.
So it's like a bunker, but on a train.
Kind of. And this train keeps on going.
So what is it powered on?
No, on kids actually. Spoiler alert.
Children's tears.
Fire
children's tears.
Children's tears. That's what most
text. I don't know if they actually go into it, but there's kids that help do that.
That's how I survive.
On the front there's the designer, and then there's a bunch of rich people. Then they have a whole bunch of like grow op type stuff, like for vegetables and all that on that, and underwater and fish and underwater stuff and all that.
This is a massive train. It's like a mansion.
And then you get to the back where it's more the poor people that can't survive.
This sounds like what? I'm more interested in this movie rather than Chris Evans being in this movie.
It's an interesting movie.
And obviously the train pierces the snow.
It does at points, yep.
Piercing!
It's not a big thing.
No one stabs the snow with spears. It's not that kind of movie where they're like, go away, snow!
No.
What do you think the snow... What do you think the snow is?
Well, but oh man, what was that movie now? The global warming one, where like
the
snow is chasing them.
What?
The ice is chasing them. It's one of those stupid like
B movies.
No, like John Cusack is in the one where the earthquakes.
2012.
Is that the yeah?
The Day After Tomorrow. The Day After
Thank
Tomorrow.
you.
Wait, really?
That one.
That's what you're referencing?
Yeah. If you watch that movie, the ice chases people.
No, it's going with the atmosphere, and it just happens to be
chasing.
It's not chasing. It's being an atmosphere.
It's being a dick.
It's chasing.
No, it's not chasing. The ice does not have sentient.
It is sentient.
Not sentient.
It's totally sentient.
Weather is not sentient unless you're.
It is when that guy makes movies because the earthquakes are sentient because they follow behind John Cusack just by a second.
Unless you're M. Night Shyamalan, weather is not sentient. That guy can do anything. Sentient.
Oh, that's the Final Destination movies, where everything is like death is the
Well, yeah, it's because death follows you.
I know, but no, The Day After Tomorrow. If you watch it, ice is trailing them all.
That's because it's really cold.
Yeah, but if it
gets super cold, it's called an atmosphere. And
guys,
it just goes around.
I live in Edmonton. When ice hits, it just kind of. Like I don't watch my van slowly like ice over like this. My windshield just
I think we also need to establish a baseline that's incredibly fictitious.
Yeah.
But the weather in that movie is not sentient.
I didn't say it really was. It's chasing them, though. If watch it.
Chasing
it chases
It's
them.
being in an atmosphere, they're just being dumb about where they're going.
No, more so the humans being dumb, yes.
No.
Yes. They're just running to the wrong places to hide.
Watch it. It chases them. It's an agreed upon thing. Same with the earthquakes and whatever that other John Cusack one is. And the
It's
other
2012.
One. And the other movie he did.
San Andreas?
No, San Andreas. 2012 is what the one you're thinking of.
I know that one. And then he did another one where the other natural disaster chases them too. That's all that happens is the natural disasters chase the people.
Sharknado?
I wish.
Did you read that news story? I don't know if it was real or not, but it was Hurricane Irma. But all you saw was Hurricane Irma. It was like the satellite image of the hurricane, and the newsreel said Hurricane Irma now contains sharks.
Sweet.
They're dead though.
I was going to say, yeah, they're not living sharks.
But it's just like the
They
thought
just throw in dead sharks
when
in
when you read, it's like,
that would
oh,
be sentient.
that's the tornado.
aims at some sharks.
It's using the sharks have their teeth open, and then there's missiles.
Yes, and the tornadoes getting prepared by open the mouth.
So either way, the snow is not trying to attack them. They didn't have to pierce it with spears.
No,
Excellent.
there are moments where there's ice on the track, and
Do they have to break it up with
They have
the
to pierce
sticks?
through it.
It's just going through it.
Oh, so they don't have. There's not like a giant flamethrower.
They have to pierce it.
They can't stop the train, or the train dies.
What is the speed?
Yes.
It's a
Speed
It's
3.
a train track that's been built all around the world, and that's actually how they measure what year it is because at a certain
How many
point
rotations they make?
that's how they go. They go around the world in a year on a train track.
I still question the sustainability of this train.
Yep.
Then watch the movie.
It's
it's on
interesting.
Netflix.
It's definitely interesting.
I also
I can't
question
explain it.
how they put down a train track that goes all the way around the world.
From the Alaska archipelago to.
This guy was a genius. He liked trains from birth or whatever as he was a kid.
I like Pokemon since I was a kid. Doesn't mean I'm a. Oh wait, I am a Pokemon master. But...
You have a certificate, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a degree, something like a degree. Sure.
So if Pokemon actually existed, you'd be good.
Sure.
But yes, that's my
train.
That's my movies.
Debating the
That's
science
my
of a
question.
train.
Is like
They never go into explanation how they built the train track.
because that's my question.
Is this like a giant game? Is this movie like a giant game of Clue?
Like, did they have to do it on the go? So like the train was going real slow, and they were like,
They probably. It's obviously in the future. They built the.
I know, but a train.
Yes.
Out of all the things,
because the inventor liked the trains so much,
he decided to pay all these other countries to help him build a train track all the way around.
Yes.
All right, cool.
If I had that money, that's what I would do. Either that or fire
a train track around the world.
Either that or fire a car into space.
Yeah, I'm firing a car into space more than anything. BT Dubs, Elon Musk has now made it so there is no longer a 0% chance of getting in a car crash in space. He's now made it so that there is a slim chance that you can now get into
insurance
a car
on
crash.
it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That car missed the Mars by just a fraction.
I know. Oh, well, he tried.
Yeah.
Now there's just a car floating through space.
With little circuit
Playing
board,
Rocket Man on a loop.
with little circuit boards that say "Made by Humans."
Oh God.
Yes.
I read the comic about that the day after. It's a comic of Elon Musk. He's like, "All right, guys, good job today." Beep beep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh God. Yeah. So continue the Netflix stuff though. Finished the season 1 of Bates Motel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How you
That
enjoy
ending
it?
had a very.
So I'm still confused. This show
to it.
This show takes place before the movie.
Yes.
Yes, he's growing up.
Okay.
Yes. It's
Okay.
yes.
All right. Established.
Yes.
I was always confused when I saw Bates
And
Motel.
it kinda-
It's like they always do.
Well, from
There's
when
a lot of marketing material behind it.
From when I last talked to you guys about it, there's been a little more explanation of Norman's psychotic state.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know the word for it. I think I said it right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of goes a bit of more explanation to it, I guess. He's batshit crazy, if you want to simplify it.
Yes.
Correct. You would not be wrong.
You are correct.
Yeah. And it's all about Mum.
Yes. It is all about. It was always about Mom. Mother.
Well, there are instances in the show where he's like sitting there, and then Mom's in his head. Mom's talking to him, and he thinks it's real. Like he's like having a conversation, and you find out kind of later that I never told you to do that.
Right.
And it's just in his head that Mom is.
So that's getting closer to Psycho.
There's indications of it, and that season finale just kind of
sweet,
very Psycho.
See, and I wonder if they planned it that way in case they didn't get renewed, because I don't know how the renewal system works for that. I know they got renewed.
Yeah.
I just wonder if after that first season it was still up in the air, so they're like they ended it in a way that was like, okay, you get the picture now. Yeah. But if we need to,
it would have been a good way to kind of
end it if they needed to.
Yeah, if it got canceled.
Yeah.
I know there's only 4 on Netflix right now.
Oh yeah.
So I don't. Well, I
for some reason, I thought Netflix picked it up as an original.
No.
For some reason, I got that feel like
no.
That's another show. Forgot what show it is.
Longmire did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I stopped it. I'm not gonna continue watching it right now. I'm fine just leaving it where it is. And I have gone back to Gotham, season 1.
Ooh. Season 1 was alright.
Gone back.
Well, it's actually made it super easy, and it helps me stay awake on the train ride to work. To download them and just watch. I can watch 2 episodes a day. So I'm kind of
being able to watch.
I'm flying through them.
You can watch TV on the way to your work too. Just, I could watch TV on the way to my work.
It's kind of cold putting the phone up. I'm walking to work.
I might just get a ticket for doing so.
Yeah, that's why I just listen to podcasts.
I just listen to the radio.
But yeah, I haven't caught up to where I kind of left off. I know I've seen these episodes before, but it's kind of a refresher for me. Mm-hmm. So, shit's happening. No, there's little drops at people's futures, but
Yeah, Easter eggy. That's all that show is about Easter eggs, from my experience.
Well, and then I kind of looked into it a bit, and kind of how old is really Bruce in this.
Yep.
And there's people that online that he's, by what season they just kind of ended or in the middle of, he's 17.
Yeah, he's growing to be Batman.
So he's going to be a young, as they call it, young Bat.
Yeah. Yeah. He's put the mask on.
I know he's had a mask of a cowl of sorts.
Yes.
And he's been fighting crime.
I know. I caught, like I said, I think the Orville, when I had PVR'd, I caught the tail end of Gotham where all of a sudden he's on top of a building in a black-ish type, like he's a black
suit. Like shoddy cowl.
Yeah, and I'm like...
The one thing that they said they weren't going to do...
They show him as Batman.
But he's not Batman.
I know, he's something else right now.
And that was the same place that even Smallville went. They're like, we're never going to show him as, like, Superman. But they got close.
Yeah, very end.
They never actually showed him as Supes.
But this one, Gotham,
it's getting really close. Again, he's not Batman.
Yeah.
You say that. He looks awfully like Batman.
He's not, again, Batman. To me,
he doesn't call himself Batman.
Right, but as soon as I saw him on the bloody roof, I'm like, seriously?
Like, I'm going to continue, like, what I'm doing right now is just watching...
And that's not until like season 3 or 4, right? So
yeah, it's farther in.
No, it's
whatever they're on now.
Yeah. No, all I'm doing right now is I'm watching one season at a time, and then I'll pick a show on my random generator.
Nice.
And if it happens to be a show I've watched already, then or a show that I've previously watched the seasons, and obviously I'm just continuing.
Nice. Sure.
So I'm trying a new system out, I guess, because I have too many Netflix shows.
Too many
Netflix shows to watch. Which I found out Angel and Buffy are going off next month, which is disappointing.
I have. I know
you
DVDs.
do.
I have a physical copy.
But I see where you make the case that getting up is really just a pain.
Especially when you're binging.
I don't own them, so that's the problem too. Is this is my only way to watch them. Mm-hmm.
It's the binging part where you're just like, I just want to keep watching the show.
I want to have to switch this. I get
it. They just need to have
but Game of Thrones, I'm willing to make that exception for.
Firefly, I'll make that exception for.
Game of Thrones starts streaming February 16th.
So you don't want the next one?
No, I'll wait. We're good.
That's soon.
Yeah, so that's been my Netflix scene. Yeah. Mario and Rabbids got tough. I've had to switch my team up.
Welcome to XCOM, guys.
Have you gone past where? Are you in World 3?
No, I'm still World 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Spookville.
Oh, nice.
Spookyville World. Something.
Nice.
Ghost World.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a pain in the butt with one of these new villains that they've introduced. I'm forced to use Luigi.
Ghost.
Well, no, he still has a sniper rifle, but there is a new called a peekaboo, and it's a rabbit, obviously mixed with a boo.
American Family is...
Yeah.
I never got into that one. Although it took me
It's
forever
on
to
the
get
list.
into Family Guy, so...
It's on the list. But there's the peekaboos can teleport halfway across or 3/4 of the way across the map.
That sounds safe.
It's not. It's terrifying. So it makes
just like a ghost.
Mario's and Luigi's like little. If they move,
yeah,
Overwatch?
the Overwatch move.
it doesn't work
Because they're teleporting. They're not going in the line.
Yeah. So, and
Welcome
and
to Rage.
they're distant shooters.
Oh, so they
So trying to
teleport
get to
halfway
them
across the map
So
and
trying
then
to
shoot
get
you.
to them and
Yeah.
it's like, really?
Damn.
So that's why I'm forced to get Luigi because he can
Sniper,
fire that
yeah.
just a little bit farther
Further.
than anybody else.
Cool.
And another move they have too is called a little dance where they actually pull you out of your
Cover?
area
Oh.
Whoa.
and they attract you to come towards them.
Well, that's
Damn.
rude.
So it really stepped up the difficulty on it.
That's what I keep hearing about that game. Is it just keeps like ramping and ramping and ramping. The DLC I'm excited for now with Donkey Kong coming
I
at some
can't
point.
wait. Because we're at a point right now is if I defeat this mid boss,
Yeah.
I can unlock another
Sweet.
character. It's just, I want that character.
I gotta jump into this one again, but I want to finish. I want to finish Builders now. Like at least Doom, I can pick up and just go through a level and be like, okay, that was
Well,
good.
and I'm only playing this during usually hockey games.
Yeah.
And I'm still keeping an eye on the hockey game.
It's not much of a game.
I know, not lately, but still.
Every
At
once
least
in a
I'm there
while.
for the goal so I can watch the replay.
I've continued not watching them so that we can possibly win games.
No, we haven't watched. So you may as well just start watching
I
it.
might as well.
Are we in any like shape?
No,
No.
We're probably season's probably done. But you still watch because
I still like hockey,
Yeah.
and every once in a while they actually play a hockey game.
well, it's not like we haven't played, but once again, the refs
I've
don't know what goaltender interference is.
Oh, I know it's getting
Someone-
brutal.
It was again in that LA game.
I know.
Someone was on Facebook on that. Like, what is goalie interference anymore?
Yep, pretty much.
Yes, and I get that there's always been human error with refereeing. It's just as simple as that. But
Well, they need two guys doing it.
They
That's all they need to do.
And they need better cameras.
No, cameras are fine.
cameras are fine.
It's the
Even on the
people.
blue line?
That's fine, but they need to change the rule for offside.
Yes.
But yeah, Mario and Rabbids is getting tough. It's getting super tough.
I think there's no trophies in it for you.
No, I'm still going through it. It's just the trophies are the extra bonus stuff that I get.
Sprinkles on top of the donut.
If I don't get those sprinkles,
Not
it's a regular donut.
Not gonna say no to a donut, but that sprinkles just makes it that much better.
Still working through Far Cry 3. Though all I'm doing right now is if it's in a new kind of area. There goes my pen. Yeah, pretty much. If it's a new area, I'll go work my way towards the radio towers and unlock the map and take out all the bases I have.
So you're playing
And
on the
then do
PS3,
story.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then do the story.
They just announced for Far Cry 5, if you pre-order the season pass, you get Far Cry 3 HD edition for PS4 and
Whatever. I'm
Xbox
already
One.
working through it.
The DLC for Far Cry.
And also Far Cry 5 DLC is weird.
Looks really cool. Vietnam and
They're doing the
something
Blood
else.
Dragon thing where each
Yeah.
individual pack is something wildly different.
I like that though.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Because Blood Dragon is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, no,
we
that's
should
fun.
mention that.
Yeah, it's once again that's stepping up because now there's bears around me. I've had hard enough time killing a leopard.
Honey badgers, I remember in 4 were just the worst.
In the forest, if you throw a stick at deer, they die instantly. But if you hit them with a katana,
Can you? You can skin them. And,
yep,
yeah.
that's how you
Make
get.
new
That's
stuff.
how you get warm clothes.
If I stab a deer with a katana, I'm
Okay,
hoping...
again, you don't stab. You slash the deer with the katana.
If I hit their head...
And no. But if I make a spear out of a stick and throw it at the deer, deer dies. One shot.
What if I throw this katana?
Nope. You can't throw the katana. But guess what? If you stab the deer with the stick, not it. You legitimately need to propel.
I hate video games. I hate video games sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of collectibles for me to do. So
there is. That's a good one.
Far Cry is usually really good when it's collectibles.
This is my pull towards it. It's just I'm just moving through it slowly, not a rush through type game. I did finish Wolfenstein.
Nice. Oh yes. You got to the ending.
That was a hard boss.
Yes.
That was a pain in the butt. That fight. I don't know how you tie into the second one.
It picks up literally right away.
Yes, but what happened to him? I don't see how.
You'll see what happens if you play New Colossus. It picks up right away, like the next second.
Okay.
Just watch it, or play it rather afterwards. Not watch it.
Nah, just watch YouTube videos. Don't bother playing the game.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know. That game's kind of amazing to play. It's kind of a treat.
It was it's like the first one. That's why you should have played the first one.
No.
Yes.
Nah, I'm good.
You're like the first one.
I really just wanted to play New Colossus, and I didn't want to waste time in the New Order.
Yeah, that final boss is just a pain. I'm sure you know who would. Yeah,
I saw it.
Because you got to kill this big giant robot. Surprise, Wolfenstein.
And you have and you don't have much cover.
No, and the cover starts going on fire.
Yeah.
As more you hit the boss, the more fire comes up, and you have to try and dodge around the fire at the same time.
It's like a weird ring match kind of thing going on.
Eventually I did it. That took me a long time to do, though. It was such a pain. Yeah.
What throws me for a loop is that in that game, it doesn't, or in the second one, it doesn't transfer your save from the first.
No.
So that important decision that you make
at the start of the game
does not affect
carry over.
But it does carry over in 2. In that you basically just choose an option menu, like what did you do in 2?
Well, as long as I know what I did, it shouldn't be an issue. I can follow along what I did.
And then there's a sense of continuity afterwards, But it's just...
Is it only that one choice?
It is.
Oh, then that's easy. I know what choice I made. Trophy-wise, I might go back and make the other decision.
Yeah.
Because I think this could be an attainable trophy.
It's not bad.
I kind of read up on it, the Super Uber mode.
Mm-hmm.
There's an easy way around that. Just go up because it's saved right before my final boss.
Is it one of those things where you change it to the difficulty right at the last second?
No, not last second. It's before I go into the final fight. I change it to Super Uber and I jump into that final fight.
So you just need to finish the last boss.
The difficulty check, the trophy checks after the fight.
Yep. So I don't need to replay the whole game. I can just go with this final fight in Super Uber.
I did that with Uncharted 4.
And I played on normal mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had to play through 2 to see how the difficulty transfers over, because you said it's like incredibly tough.
2 is it's.
But you're also a PC gamer. You're used to.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It's just challenging.
Well, yeah,
Wolfenstein 2.
But I found ways around everything.
No, well, you could save scum Wolfenstein 2, but I wouldn't. It's just not fun if you do that.
I'll see. But yes, that's.
No, definitely now you're ready to play New Colossus.
Wow, I don't know why I haven't decided what I want.
I would give it a break, but you're definitely ready when.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get. I haven't even bought it, so.
No, it's always on sale now.
Rush for it. No, not right now.
No, that's too bad. I think it had some pretty solid sales recently, but.
Well, before Christmas it did.
Yeah.
That's when I got it.
Yeah. But yes, that's
cool.
Been my 2 weeks.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's it then.
Yes.
For now, so let's wrap this thing up here. Also, I've been playing a lot of HQ, but it's HQ. Whatever.
I've been told. I
get knocked
it, but I've never.
I get knocked out.
Time.
Use my referral code. Give me some free lives. No, I don't care about free lives. I just waste them anyways. If you liked what you saw here today,
yes,
come check us out.
BarrelRollNews.com.
You'll find all of our social media links there, as well as access to the Discord and other
YouTube page, which of course helps you find our backlog of videos.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of archival stuff. So if you're watching this in the rewind after this, you can go take a look at some of the other stuff. Sometimes
just keep that playlist rolling.
Sometimes, yes, we need over 10,000 now or something stupid.
Yeah, we can do it.
Before
40 of you watch every one of our videos.
That being said, thanks for joining us today. We will see you guys next week.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah.
Next week. It's the Barrel Roll Newscast and post-credit show.
Woo! Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.